I, 31 male, need to get this off my chest because I've been sitting on it for months, and my friend is tired of hearing about it. I'm a project manager, was a project manager, at a mid-sized tech firm. Decent salary, good track record, the kind of employee who never had to worry about his review because he always came in early and stayed late. I'd been with my girlfriend for 3 years. She was sharp, ambitious, had an opinion about everything. I thought that was confidence. Took me a while to figure out there's a difference between confidence and cruelty with good posture. We met at a mutual friend's rooftop party. She laughed at something I said, and I thought I was charming. We dated, traveled, built a routine. I met her family. She met mine. For a while it was genuinely good, and the parts that weren't, I told myself every relationship had rough edges. That was just ours. The cracks were there though. She cared about image in a way I found mildly annoying but mostly harmless. 40 minutes deciding which photo to post. Brand names dropped into conversation like punctuation. Phone out before the food arrived every single time we went somewhere nice. I told myself everyone had their thing. That was hers. Then I got laid off. It came on a Tuesday. No warning. Started like any other day, coffee, traffic, bad elevator music, and ended with HR sliding a folder across a glass conference table. Company-wide restructuring. My entire department. 43 people gone before noon. I called her from the parking garage, voice steady, because I go quiet when something big hits. Hey. I got laid off today. Whole team did. Silence. Not the compassionate kind. How bad is it? Not are you okay? Not I'm coming over. How bad is it? I mean, I lost my job. It's not great. But I have savings, I'll be fine. She said she had a thing. She'd call me later. She didn't call me later. The next few weeks she went distant. Every time I brought it up, she reframed it back onto me. I just have a lot going on. You've been kind of a downer lately. I need people around me who are in a good headspace. That last one I actually stopped and looked at her. Are you serious right now? I'm just being honest, she said, with that look she had. The one that made you feel like you were the unreasonable one for reacting. Then there was a dinner with her friend group. One of those restaurants where the portions are small and the judgment is large. I came straight from a networking lunch, wearing a decent blazer. She barely acknowledged me when I sat down. When her friends went to the restroom, she leaned over. Can you try to be a little more put together when we go out? I'm wearing a blazer. You know what I mean. I didn't answer, but I filed it. The thing that actually broke the surface happened about a month in. I posted something on LinkedIn, a write-up about the layoffs, what I'd learned, where the industry was heading. Honest, professional. It got some traction, so I cross-posted it to my Instagram story. She texted within the hour. Why are you posting about being unemployed publicly? Because it's real, and I'm not embarrassed by it. People can see that. My people can see that. Your people? My followers. My colleagues. People who follow both of us. It makes me look bad. I put my phone down. Picked it up again. How does my layoff make you look bad? Because they'll think I'm dating someone who can't keep a job. I sat with that for a long moment. She had constructed an entire grievance around her reputation, using my professional setback as the raw material. Then I typed back, then maybe you shouldn't be dating me right now. Her response came fast. Too fast. Maybe you're right. I'm unfollowing you on everything. I can't have people thinking I'm dating down. It's nothing personal, it's just optics. I read it twice. Dating down. I thought about 3 years. The weekend trips. Sitting with her at 2 a.m. when her dog died. Driving 4 hours to her sister's wedding. Dating down. I typed 4 words back. Do what you need to do. She did. Every platform. Unfollow, unfollow, unfollow. Blocked on 2 of them, which told me the unfollowing was never really about optics. It was a message. I didn't send one back. Not yet. Here's what most people would expect next, a spiral. Honestly, I had a few bad nights, not going to pretend otherwise. 3 years is 3 years, and the way it ended had a specific kind of sting to it, less like a breakup and more like being appraised and found insufficient. But here's the thing about getting laid off when you're actually good at your job. It clears the schedule. No politics, no pointless meetings, no performing for a role I'd already outgrown. I updated everything, leaned into my network, and started having real conversations. 2 weeks after she unfollowed me, I got a call from a headhunter. Not a cold LinkedIn message, an actual recruiter who'd done research and was calling specifically about me. She'd found me through that LinkedIn post. The one my ex-girlfriend found so embarrassing. The role was director of operations at a growing tech company. A cross-functional leadership, real P&L oversight, the kind of position I'd been working toward for 6 years. The salary was triple my previous one. Not a bump. Not a modest step up. Triple, plus equity. 4 rounds of interviews over 3 weeks, panels, a case study presentation, an executive culture fit session. I said nothing publicly the entire time. No hints, no posts, nothing. I just worked. The offer came on a Thursday. I signed it the same afternoon. First day, new badge, new office with a glass wall overlooking the city, my name in the internal directory as director of operations. The executive team introduced me in a brief, all hands. I took one photo of the view from my office window and posted it with a simple caption. New chapter. First day as director of operations. Grateful doesn't cover it. That's it. No subtweet, no speech, just a window and a city and a new title. My phone started going off within 20 minutes. Former colleagues, old classmates, my college roommate who never texts first. The LinkedIn post was climbing. Then, buried in the notifications, a follow request. Instagram. Her account. And underneath it, a DM sent the same minute. Congrats, babe. So proud of you. Knew you'd land something amazing. Babe. I stared at that word for a long time. Let me fill in what she'd been doing in between because I found out through people, not snooping, just overlapping social circles. After she unfollowed me, she started telling people we'd mutually decided to take space. Mutual. She showed up to shared social events looking comfortable for someone who'd just ended things and was reportedly telling people I'd lost my drive and she needed someone more established. She also tried to get information about me through my friend. He told me she'd reached out casually asking how I was doing, where I was interviewing, whether I seemed okay. He gave her nothing specific. She pushed, asked whether I was still unemployed. He said he didn't know. She was monitoring. Waiting to see which direction I landed. And then I landed. Very publicly. I left the follow request pending for 4 days. I was genuinely busy with onboarding and back-to-backs. But I won't pretend I didn't notice the clock ticking. On the 5th day, she texted my personal number. Hey, I think my follow request might not have gone through. Can you check? I showed that text to my friend. He laughed for an uncomfortably long time. Then she called. I let it go to voicemail. The message was breezy and casual, like 3 years and a very deliberate social media purge had just been a weird dream. Hey, it's me. I just wanted to say congratulations, seriously. I always believed in you. I'd love to catch up. Call me back when you get a chance. I always believed in you. The woman who unfollowed me on every platform and told me in writing that I was a threat to her optics always believed in me. I called her back the next evening. Not to be cruel, not to perform anything. She deserved a real answer instead of silence. She picked up on the first ring. Hey. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you called. Congratulations again, Director. That's huge. Thanks. I've been thinking about you a lot. I feel like things ended in a weird place and You told me you were unfollowing me because people would think you were dating down. Silence. I was going through something. I was scared. The uncertainty of everything. You sent it in a text. You used the phrase dating down. That wasn't fear. That was a calculation. That's not fair. I'm not calling to argue. I'm calling because you left a voicemail and I said I'd call back. I'm accepting the congratulations, and that's the full extent of what I want from this conversation. So that's it. Her voice shifted fast, warmth gone. You're really going to throw away 3 years because of one bad moment? You threw away 3 years because of my LinkedIn post. I'm just being consistent. She hung up. I thought that was the end of it. Should have been. But here's the thing about people who calculate, they don't accept outcomes they didn't engineer. She'd run the numbers and decided I was worth pursuing again, which meant the rejection didn't compute. She needed to either fix it or punish it. First move was social. She started posting about knowing your worth and being underestimated. Vague enough for deniability, specific enough that mutual connections started texting me asking if everything was okay. I told them I was fine and meant it. Second move was through my friend again. She reached out to him with a new angle, told him she was worried about me and hoped I was getting support. He told her I seemed extremely well-adjusted and was probably in a meeting. Third move made me sit up straight. She showed up at the coffee shop near my old apartment, not my new neighborhood, my old one, where she knew I used to work remotely. Sat there for 2 hours. My old neighbor mentioned it casually, didn't even clock it as strange. Just said he'd seen her and asked if we were back together. I noted it and said nothing. Fourth move was where she badly miscalculated. She sent an email to a freelance work address I'd used years ago, not my current contact, something she dug up, with a long message about how my behavior post-breakup was affecting her professionally, that mutual connections were treating her differently, that I was weaponizing my success to humiliate her, and if it continued, she would have no choice but to protect herself. I read it 3 times, forwarded it to my personal folder, screenshotted it on 2 devices. Then I called my friend who is an attorney, not family law, but he knows people and knows enough, and read it to him out loud. She's not making a legal threat yet, he said, but she's building a narrative. Screenshot everything. Don't respond. Don't engage. I didn't respond. 2 weeks later, she posted a long Instagram caption about men who use success as a weapon and emotional immaturity after rejection. No name. Didn't need one. The timing, the context, the mutual followers who knew us both. I was in every sentence. The comments filled up. Her friends validated. A few people who knew both of us went conspicuously quiet. I took screenshots. Sent them to my attorney friend. He looked it over and said it was walking the line of defamatory, potentially false statements of fact damaging to professional reputation, but vague enough for now to be protected as opinion. Document everything, he said. Don't touch it publicly. So I didn't post a rebuttal. I didn't comment. I didn't subtweet. Instead, I reached out individually to 6 people in our overlapping social circle. Not to gossip, to give them a factual timeline. The texts. The optics conversation. The voicemail where she said she always believed in me. I had timestamps on all of it. Not my feelings, not my interpretation. Her words from her number. The results were quiet but decisive. Invitations stopped coming her way. A group chat she'd been in for 2 years went silent on her end. 2 people who ran at the edges of my circle messaged me privately to say they'd had no idea and were sorry. She noticed. And that's when she made her worst move. She emailed my company's general public contact form. Not my direct address, the info at address on our website. Subject line referenced leadership concerns and professional character. It was vague and clearly a probe, hoping to create turbulence at my job without leaving too clean a fingerprint. Our HR flagged it as an unusual external contact. It floated up to my chief of staff, who brought it to me with a raised eyebrow. Do you know this person? Ex-girlfriend. It's been a situation. She looked at the email again. There's no actual complaint here. It's just noise. Keep it on file. It went in a folder. Nothing happened, but she didn't know that when she sent it. She'd sent it hoping it would detonate something, and it landed quietly in a filing system. That was the moment I stopped being passive. My attorney drafted a cease and desist. Clean, factual, documenting the full pattern, the unsolicited emails, the contact form submission, the public Instagram post that named no name but required no name. Under U.S. defamation law, false statements of fact that damage someone's professional reputation can create liability, and the HR contact form was a documented attempt to interfere with my employment. The letter laid all of that out calmly, with dates and attached evidence, and gave her 10 business days to remove the Instagram post or we'd pursue legal remedies. It was sent certified mail to her home address, which is standard for legal correspondence. The post came down in 48 hours. She never contacted me again. My mom found out about the breakup eventually, She has a radar for things I'm not telling her. I gave her the short version. She was quiet for a moment and then said, "So she left when it got hard and came back when it got good." That's exactly it. Then you already know everything you need to know about her character. I did. Here's the thing I keep coming back to. She didn't reveal herself when she came back with "Congrats, babe." She revealed herself when she left. The return was just confirmation. People show you who they are in the moments that cost them something. When loyalty is inconvenient. When sticking around doesn't serve the image. When love is asked to outweigh optics. She made her choice fast, unsentimental, in a text with the word "down" in it. I made mine just as fast. 4 words. Do what you need to do. Best decision I made all year. If you read this whole thing and felt something, hit subscribe. Clearly you have better judgment than certain people who thought unfollowing someone was a person.